Times Standard. That's where you're
Yes.
currently working now.
Mm-hmm.
How do you like that?
It's different. So
Yeah.
I guess a little bit of background about me.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I'm a radio person. So are my levels okay?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
you're good.
great.
Oh,
Okay, cool.
you've got
I
it
want to
down.
make sure because
Wow.
you know
Okay.
I haven't spoken on mic with headphones on in quite some time, so
Okay.
this is different. But
Is my audio in your ears good? Because we can
yes,
change
no,
that.
yeah, your
Okay.
audio is
Oh,
great. So
perfect.
I sound more subdued. So I'm like, do I sound
Yeah, no,
okay?
you're
But
good. Wow, that's
cool,
awesome.
yeah.
Okay.
So being at the Time Standard is a bit of a challenge in that I was trained in radio. So I came from Colorado to go to HSU. Miles Cochran, who I don't know if you've ever spoken to Miles, he does
I
the
don't think
Humboldt
so.
Last Week podcast.
Okay.
And I know him from home in Colorado. And so he came up to Humboldt and he was a DJ at K Slug for, gosh, like 5, 6 years, maybe more. Now he's over at Caltrans. But yeah, Miles told me, I think that you'd really like Humboldt. And I wanted to get into anthropology at the time. And I realized that CU Boulder was a hell of a lot more expensive than Humboldt was. And I applied at Humboldt because I saw they had a good anthropology department. And I got accepted and I had never visited here before. So I just went for it. And I'll never forget the first time I drove through Eureka when I got here. And I was like, wow, Eureka fucking sucks.
What did I do? Yeah,
What did
right?
I do? And the next day it was really sunny. So that helped. And found some cool spots in Arcata. And I just committed to it, And so I started taking film photography classes at HSU. And by the end of my freshman year, I was like, I want to be a photojournalist, which was also in line with what I had wanted to do previously. And so second year, I got into radio, KRFH, the college radio course program.
Through
And
HSU? Oh, okay, nice.
yeah, so they had before KHSU was totally stripped and, is the ghost ship that it is now, I interned for them and it was this, vibrant, amazing radio station. So I worked at the student station before that and had a late night, midnight to 2 a.m. metal show and a bunch of other shows on the station. And so I got into radio through there and then subsequently went on to work after graduation at KMUD and became the news director after only a few months, which was a little wild as a 22-year-old freshly graduated. And yeah, so I've been in radio, and then I left KMUD as news director in 2018 and started freelancing and worked at a coffee shop for a while. And so getting into the Times Standard was very tricky because you do not write for print like you write for radio. It's a very, very different approach because, you write for radio like you talk. And with print, you got to worry about grammar, which I'm a good writer, but grammar is not really my strong suit. I
Yeah.
love to comma splice. So that's been challenging, but my editor's thankfully been patient. So,
Yeah, that's nice.
yeah. And yeah, I've been there since November, I guess.
Was it kind of the plan to go from KMUD into print writing like that or website writing for the Times Standard? Or did that just kind of happen?
Well, it just happened. I mean, when I left KMUD, honestly, I was, like I said, I took on the role as news director when I was 22. And it was really, really intense. I love the Southern Humboldt community, but as someone who did not live there, as a young 22-year-old who, didn't have any real life journalism experience, and I'm trying to get to know this community, and I was confronted with so much. You're not from here, you don't know this community, and I was just like, show me, help me. I can't get to know your community unless you help me. And there were people that did, but then there's this crusade of like 10 people that dubbed themselves the Concerned K-Mutters, and they tried their darndest to basically oust me and my co-director, Sydney Marone. And so it was a really challenging 2 years, and I made some really amazing connections. I love K-Mud. I love Southern Humboldt, but so when I left, I was like, fuck this. I want to make a latte. I want to work a job where the worst thing that'll happen is someone will be like, you burned my latte. And
Yeah.
then that's it. I don't want someone calling into question the integrity of my news, And so I did that for a while. And then, the tables kind of turned. I'm like, I have no self-worth because being a barista sucks. And then the Time Standard was hiring. And, initially I was very intimidated about the print factor, but I applied for it and I got it and I'm here. So, yeah,
It all works out.
it all works out.
That is a weird thing. I don't know if that's just Humboldt. I've only ever heard about people experiencing that in Humboldt where they get that backlash of it's like, oh, I just moved here, I'm doing my thing, whatever it is, and there's people just shitting on you for
Yeah.
no reason. It's like, I'm just trying to do, especially in your case, it's like, I'm
Right.
just trying to do the news. Like,
Right. Which I get it. I mean, I think sometimes I've been in Humboldt for 10 years now and I love it and I don't really see myself leaving. But that's one of the things I think about, because there's kind of a ceiling here with your journalism career, I mean, I could maybe end up being an editor somewhere and that would be better pay and maybe a more, lifer job, but I don't sorry, I'm kind of losing my train of thought.
no, you're fine.
Uh but oh God, where was I going with that? Well, anyway, I was so
It,
yeah, how people feel about,
yeah, it's a weird thing.
yeah, so I mean, I just did everything I could to, try to show people. Oh, no, I know what I was going to say. I was going to say if I were ever to leave, I think about having to devote all this time and energy into relearning a community because the small town, Cortez, Colorado, I grew up in, I do not know 1/3 about Cortez's history, its people, the common issues, or, what's going on there that I do in Humboldt County, and it's taken a lot of time to build that up. But, of course, I had to rely very heavily on community members, people to be patient with me and show me. But that's the thing.